another week. Pero, yun. Pero,
Different place, different approach. Siguro,
para may hugot eh.
Good evening. Welcome back. It's episode 19. Welcome back, boys and girls, to another episode of Baet Experience Podcast. Grabe. So for those tuned in, don't forget to follow us or like us in FB, IG, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's go. And of course, bago tayo mag-start, we would like to thank all of our friends and sponsors. Bombing with A, legendary DIY mixes. 350 ml now available. Check it out. IG, FB for prices. And over 300 bottles sold. Salute kay Sir Idol Angelo. The bombing with A specialty for the month is Dude, Where's My Car? So try to order that. Ito, bagong-bago, Merce's Chow. Bring back your college days para doon sa mga nasa Tiga Taft. Reminisce it. It's a popular Chinese restaurant, Leon Ginto. And order their must-try buttered chicken with lemon sauce. Sarap. Of course, yung Yang Chow fried rice. Check them out on IG, merces.chow. And order over at 0917-604-9375. That's 0917-604-9375. Under Mint Relief, it is an all-natural and quick solution that helps with indigestion, gas, bloating, GERD, and hyperacidity from A Global Care Inc. It's top one in Lazada for popular digestive care. So, thank you. And last but not the least, leiapure, of course, our official skin provider for the Baet Boys. Check out leiapure.com for more details. The Baet Boys commercial is still out in YouTube. Check it out. Ayun. So today, we are so blessed and honored to be sharing insights and experiences with a seasoned service, business, development, and delivery manager for almost a decade in the online leisure and travel industry. He has background and various knowledge in the field as a corporate auditor, a program manager in commercial and business development, and is currently, dual role actually, the director of operations and service delivery for an online leisure travel and tourism company. Kung nakinig kayo sa mga previous episodes namin, ito yung booming business na sinasabi namin, pero we'll discuss this further. Our guest, Mr. Joseph Eli, Jopet Tan. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me here.
Good evening, Joseph.
Yes, all the way from Naga, di ba? All the way from Naga.
Oo.
Yan, kitang-kita niyo yung background niya. Sarap dyan. Okay, so simulan natin sa history. Bago natin talakayin yung mga maiinit na topics with regards to travel, maraming interest din dyan. Leisure, travel, tourism in their country. Paano ba nag-start ikaw sa industry niyan?
Okay, sige. Simula ako sa industry nito is actually by chance. I wasn't really expecting na mapapasok ako dito sa industry nito kasi after I graduated, I went to the States. Parang it was by chance din eh. Hindi ko rin alam na pupunta ako doon eh. And then I just took the chance lang because there was an opportunity. But then after 2 years, I decided na parang malungkot sa US. Parang malungkot doon kasi parang iba yung buhay, iba yung culture. Parang na-realize ko na nandito din yung family, yung mga kapatid, yung mga pinsan and etc. Diba? So, na-realize ko na mas masaya sa Pilipinas. So, nag-decide ako umuwi. Tapos nung pag-uwi ko, nag-apply ako sa ibang mga companies. Tapos eksakto, parang nakapili na akong isa. Pero biglang may dumating na opportunity dito sa isang aviation company. And yun, nakita ko na, eksakto, mukhang mas gusto ko tong corporate auditor na to, itong auditor na position kasi para magagamit ko yung napag-aralan ko eh. Parang business management graduate kasi ako. Tapos feeling ko, mas magagamit ko yung parang expertise or knowledge ko about sa general management. So yun, that's how I started. And then I spent like almost 7 years siguro, almost 7 years dyan sa aviation company niya. And then I rose up from, I kind of worked really hard, really did my best to try to explore other things. I try to go beyond my role. So parang as a corporate auditor, I was able to move to business development. I even worked for operations din for some operations projects din And then after that, Then doon ako naging dun sa business development, since yung job doon is to really look for other revenue streams, then we came up with setting up a new company
Mm.
under that aviation company. So doon nag-start yung sa online travel marketplace or online leisure company. So it's very interesting kasi parang from the iba-iba yung dinaanan hanggang sa you reach a point na parang may opportunity to set up something, and then may nakaset up ka ng parang you made it materialize. So yun yung parang journey ko from in this industry. And it's really masaya yung industry kasi you get to you get to travel, of course, obviously, and you get to meet a lot of people. You get to see a lot of other things. You get to expose to a lot of opportunities then.
Ika nga ni Edwin, di ba? Different folks for different strokes, di ba? So nabanggit mo, dyan sa aviation company, medyo tumagal ka dyan, 7 years, then you have created a lot of branches within, no? But have you always enjoyed traveling?
Yes, definitely. Hindi, actually, ito yung story. Kasi, no, I've always enjoyed traveling. Getting from one place to getting to another place, oo. Pero yung traveling before, yung journey mismo, ayoko. Kasi when I was a kid, mahiluhin ako eh. So parang pagbabiyahe ka, yung pagbabas ng malayo, yun yung pinakaayaw ko. Pero pagdating ko sa isang destination, pagdating ko sa endpoint, sobrang saya ko. Hanggang sa point na medyo nasanay na ako. Yun. Pero yung the reason why I really enjoy traveling is, yun parang ang sarap ng feeling na nakakarating ka sa isang place na iba. And marami kang nakikita. Especially me coming from the province, parang lumaki ka sa province, ito lang nakita mo. And then when you go to another place, oh, wow, may ganito pala dito. Uy, wow, meron palang ganitong pagkain. So parang I've been always amazed of yung mga ganun na discoveries.
Which is cool, ba? Usual.
So, ikaw, I mean, ako marami ka rin kasi kung kilala naman maganda sinabi mo yun you love traveling and everything. Now, kung meron kasi akong kilala mga frequent travelers Tapos para sa kaka-travel nila, meron sila mga kanya-kanyang rituals bago sila mag-travel. So, ikaw ba, meron ka bang ganun? Parang rituals mo bago ka umalis o what? Ako meron Parang meron akong ganun
Ako, well, actually, yung ritual ko pag before mag-travel, meron din. Usually, syempre, palagi ako nag-pray pagbabiyahe. Kasi I always parang safety comes first talaga, especially sa industry namin. Whatever happens, parang you really have to always be ready for anything. Tapos, yun, I always check na, syempre, before bumiyahe, kailangan may ready akong cash kasi baka training din kasi ako kapag pagbabiyahe ka, dapat may cash kasi baka pag kinain ng ATM mo doon sa destination na yun, ang hirap ang hirap kunin yung gamit. So yung mga ganun na types of preparation. Yun yung mga ritual ko before.
and what makes it interesting? I mean, traveling, na sinabi mo kanina na parang ang sarap makarating sa ibang place. I guess kami rin, ganun ang feeling namin. Pero for you, what makes it interesting?
Well, for me, what makes travel interesting is yung mga taong nami-meet mo and yung pagkain na nakakain mo na iba. Parang parang it's the curiosity kasi that you want to that you want to satisfy. Parang when you go to a certain place, ano ba yung mga hinahanap mo? Tapos ano yung nakukuha mo? 'Di ba? Tapos parang syempre, aside from it, even yung the journey itself going there, parang ang dami mo na kaagad pwedeng mapulot or makita. Like ako, when I drive from Manila papunta ng Naga. So, mga 8 hours din yun. So, marami kang nagde-drive ka, marami makikinig sa music, marami kang makikita iba, minsan, pag medyo tahimik, mapapaisip ka, marami kang marirealize. Actually, it's really a plethora of things that you see, realize, and learn on the way and in that destination. And what's good is parang hindi ka talaga mauubusan ng makukuha when you travel. Kahit hindi ka gumastos, kasi it all depends din eh. Parang it depends sa kung anong gusto mong experience when you travel. Kahit wala kang gastos, pero di ba, pwede ka pa rin mag-enjoy ng sobrang saya.
Ganda. Pero meron ka bang lugar na ayaw mo nga, nakaka-enjoy, masaya, ganun. Meron, kanina nag-uusap tayo offline before we even started. Parang hindi mo uulitin, ganun. Hindi ko uulitin. Ikaw ba, meron ka bang napuntahan na parang sinabi mo, hindi ko na uulitin to? Hindi na ako babalik?
Well, for me, honestly, parang one thing is, meron ka mga may experience na hindi mo gusto, pero it's only, parang pwedeng it's just by circumstance lang eh. Pero yung reason lang kung bakit ako hindi babalik kasi ang dami pang pwedeng ma-explore, dami pang pwedeng mapuntahan. Parang bakit ko ililimit sa sarili ko sa isang lugar. Unless if meron na akong certain connection or certain parang attachment in that place, yun, babalikan ko. Pero kung wala masyado, pero ayun, tapos gusto mo pa mag-explore ng iba, then I'll go to another place and explore more. Diba? So, yeah. Pero pag yun in terms yun so parang ayoko na kasi nakapagod na parang, well, yeah, that's good. Actually, oo yan, valid nga yun na parang sobrang nakapagod yung biyahe. Grabe. Pero if you see na parang it's worth yung pagod, diba? Then why not? Okay lang.
So, Jopet, parang if I got what you said earlier correctly, it's not really the destination but the journey, di ba?
Yes.
So, along the journey, of course, the experience. Mo, sabi mo nga, di ba? Kahit nagagano katagtag yung bus, along the way, marami mga scenic views or any makakatabi ka siguro, makakwentuhan mo. Pero parang on the flip side of what Carlo asked, ano naman yung reason for you to go back to that same place? Kumbaga, what makes or what is isang destination na babalik-balikan mo? Ay, yung kamagyan destination na babalik-balikan mo. Of course, natin yung Naga kasi hometown mo yan. Ibang destination, yung parang yung grabe, sobrang ganda or yung experience ko papunta sa place. Yan. Baka you can share us some of those spot that you worth it balik-balikan.
Sige. Ako, kasi when I travel, parang inisip ko ano ba yung hinahanap ko when I travel? Ano ba yung purpose nun? So, kasi usually when we travel, we think of the destination itself, di ba?
Yeah.
Usually ako, iniisip ko, ano ba yung makukuha ako doon sa destination? Ano ba yung mapupulot ko? Like, sige, magpaplano ako ng, let's say, punta ako sa ganitong place. Gusto ko yung place na, yung beach na tahimik, walang masyadong tao. Pero marami naman area na ganun. Pero, parang more than that, ano ba yung nakukuha mo sa beach na walang tao, walang natahimik, hindi magulo? So, ang totoong hinahanap mo talaga is hindi talaga yung destination or yung place na yon. It's what the place is giving you or it's the feeling that that place is giving you. So when you go there, parang you find peace, you find solitude. Relaxation. So yun yung nakukuha mo sa destination, hindi yung just the destination itself, yung ganda lang. Oo. So parang it more than the place itself, more than the location itself, kung nakukuha mo yung ganun, yung solitude or yung relaxation or yung feeling na parang yung feeling of serenity, then yun yung reason na babalik ka sa place nito kasi nakukuha ko pa. Pero once it change, baka hanap ka naman ng ibang lugar. So parang it's always more than that, more than just the destination itself. Of course, pwede ka naman mag-swimming sa lahat or pwede ka naman magpainit or mag-enjoy kung saan. Pero kung itong place na to, nakukuha mo yung specific na hinahanap mo, then babalikan mo talaga siya.
Agree. So ngayon,
Oo.
na nabanggit natin yung mga experiences sa journey and destination and yung purpose kung bakit tayo nagpunta doon sa place na yun and meeting that purpose and going to that. Paano naman ngayon sa current state natin na medyo mahirap mag-travel? Kung nabalitaan nyo sa news last week, ang daming taong nagpunta dyan sa Tagaytay. Tapos this week, medyo nilimitahan na naman nila. So
Yeah.
ngayon, being in the industry and knowing it for almost a decade na, no? The ins and outs of it or whatnot, what makes you busy right now to push for that?
Yeah. So, yeah. Just to share, parang no one has ever really planned for anything like this.
Yeah.
Sobrang hirap, sobrang challenging,
Correct.
sobrang parang this really caught us by surprise. And parang ang ganda na sana ng momentum ng industry eh. Alam mo yung tipong it was going to parang it was on its way to the golden age of tourism eh. It may sound cliche-ish but ano, papunta talaga doon eh. Tourism was really booming but then biglang may ganito. So what keeps us busy now is yun, one, of course, number one is trying to survive. Look for ways on how to manage your resources properly. Look for ways on how you reallocate things. Try to find ways to uh, look into your strengths and your existing competencies and how you can better prepare yourself for the ika nga, yung sabi nga, for the new normal. Try to understand, try to be aware or search for, look for things that's, parang what's happening around you and see how you can react and plan forward. And yun, business side, syempre parang kailangan you have to be more practical. You have to save on cash as much as possible because you don't know what's happening. Kasi you have no revenues for the next months or maybe even years. So how are you going to plan for that? How are you going to strategize for that? And yun. So for us naman, kasi di ba we're an online travel marketplace. Parang what we do is kasi yung competencies namin is more of content creation and then creation of products or tour packages or experiences. So that's where we're focusing now. Nagaano kami. We try to create as much content as we can, and at the same time we try to help the local partners, help the local tour operators digitize their business. Kasi, di ba, parang during this pandemic, parang yung social distancing, yung mga walk-ins mababawasan talaga. Everyone's shifting to moving online.
Digital.
Mhm.
So, yun, that's moving digital. So, we're trying to help everyone be ready once tourism opens again. And yun nga, in terms of content, people we want to keep people informed and to be stuck in that dreaming phase at least for now. Kasi 'di ba? Parang if you're a traveler, you dream first. You think of a destination parang during this pandemic, saan kaya okay pumunta, 'di ba? We want people to be dreaming of where to go. So, yun, what we want yun yung gusto namin para sa content namin. Yun yung gusto namin na result na we want to inspire people to visit the Philippines, dream about the Philippines, that there are other destinations in the Philippines that you can go to. And ayun, parang it's all about dreaming muna kasi parang yung travel and tourism is not ready yet. It's still in the works. Everyone's still working working on those safety and medical protocols. So, ayun, yun yung pinagkakaabalahan namin yun. Content and products and pushing people to dream and helping the local stakeholders shift or transition to digital.
Now, you mentioned na you're helping your stakeholders, you're helping your
Mhm.
partners, di ba? With all of that. And I hope you don't mind me asking this. And, kahit naman siguro hindi ko tanungin, it's pretty
Mhm.
obvious na nagkaroon talaga ng impact sa tourism, di ba?
Mhm.
Pero dun sa mga partners ninyo, sa mga stakeholders ninyo, yun talaga yung kanilang, I would say, business. Ano yung saan sila na-impactan? Although yes, wala nang revenue pumapasok, wala nagta-travel, pero saan sila talaga tinamaan ng, if you don't mind?
Pinaka-tinamaan sila is actually yung pinaka-challenge talaga nila is keeping the employees. Pero, I mean, yung impact kasi ng loss of revenues is ano talaga eh. Parang, syempre, iba, may mga malalaki pero may mga maliliit. Pero, syempre, yung purpose din kasi ng mga business nila is to provide livelihood eh. And, di ba, yung impact nun sa business pag wala kang employees, paano ka maka-start up ulit? Paano ka makakatuloy ng business mo ulit? So, wala ka pang sweldo, di ba? So, parang, ayun, it's really, uh, yeah, aside from cash, I think it's yung keeping yung talent, keeping yung people
Mhm.
for you, and how else are you going to support them?
Yeah. Keeping
Oo.
them motivated during these times, 'di ba?
Yes, oo. Correct, correct. And yun nga eh, di ba, parang kung ako, like for example, kung ako may business ako or employer ako, tapos hindi ko na siya masweldan, paano ko pa ba siya tutulungan? Paano ko pa
Mm.
ba siya, ano bang pwedeng gawin natin? Parang, ayun. So, yun nga. Syempre, and of course, to put it bluntly nga, parang yun kasi yung expertise nila, di ba? More sa tourism, parang one of the main challenges din is to how to pivot din to something else na you need to learn fast and something that would bring in more value sa sa company mo. Kasi like for example, yun nga, there are a lot of stories na, yun nga, na okay nga yung mga ginawa nila eh. Like for example, may farm ka, tapos nakaasa ka sa farm tourism, then you pivot to like, yun, parang gawa ka ng mga farm to table, tapos benta mo online, at least may way ka to do it eh. Pero paano yung mga wala naman masyadong resources? So it's pivoting from this business na hindi pa nag-work ngayon to something else na pwede mo mapagkunan din ng another source of livelihood or revenue. So that's another challenge din.
Oh, totoo 'yun. Very challenging actually
So,
lahat ng babanggitin mo. Very challenging. Sige.
oo, parang pero sabi nga nila, 'di ba? Baka part of the journey towards dun sa golden age talaga. Kasi sabi
Oo.
mo nga, papunta na tayo, baka this is just a hump on the road. Diba?
Yeah,
So,
it is.
as it is, of course.
So,
and then,
Big hump.
and then, a big hump, of course. Earlier, about digital, actually, na ano ko parang digital. Parang, of course, a lot right now are really relying on digital platforms. Kumbaga, it's no longer parang a bragging na lang. Actually, it's part of the survival process, di ba? So, can you elaborate or dig deeper into how do you help businesses with digital? I mean, before, saka ngayon siguro, kung meron pa. Kasi, this, mga 6 p.m. kanina, napal ko sa news yung Baguio. Sila ng Baguio Bisita app to somewhat start towards yung tourism as before. Pero sa approach ng company mo or what you know, ano ba yung role with tourism before and also the recovery towards yun nga yung papunta sa golden age of you've mentioned earlier.
Okay. So for us, kasi yan, aside to be more specific, to give you more details on how we're helping yung mga local tourism is parang kasi yung ibang approach is you just put them on a platform din, okay na, pabayaan mo na. Pero what we do kasi is parang how we how we onboard how we help the local tour operators is we give them a platform and then we give them a dashboard wherein they can see yung mga see what's happening on in their business, like kung may mga bookings ba, and then at the same time we also help them standardize how they present their products. So from the photos even up to the descriptions and yung mga inclusions and everything, we make sure na parang everything is at par with the global standards. And of course, when we do the descriptions nga, parang ano, it's written in such a way na parang it's optimized for search, for Google search. So parang when someone searches for, let's say, Antique or a different destination in the Philippines, possibly pwedeng lumabas sa top Google search yung product niya or an article related to that operator's product. And at the same time, parang we also give them a chance to be part of a bigger destination din. At least para matulungan din na ma-promote din yung ibang not so known destinations. Like for example, we can create a product from, let's say, from Puerto Princesa, and then San Vicente is not really that known yet pa, diba? Kunwari. And then may El Nido. And then we create a package na kasama si San Vicente in the middle. So people will know na, oy, may Puerto Princesa, and then I didn't know na may ganito pala, and it's part of the experience. And then overall, you create a totally different experience na just by adding something that's different from the popular ones. So, ayun. So, and then, yun nga, parang we're really trying to do it holistically. So, if you, from ano, parang, from a different standpoint, parang kung titingnan mo, parang we're helping them in marketing, we're helping them in terms of standards, and we're helping them selling them, we're giving them a platform. And then, of course, parang we're also working with our partners and also with the DOT to like implement or embed yung mga safety and medical protocols sa mga processes. Of course, may mga guidelines, and then part of it is parang we make sure na parang we're checking din if they're also compliant, and then we talk to them na ganito dapat yung mga pwedeng natin gawin para at least we're ready na for the once tourism is open again. And yun, pero it's really good to know about yun nga. Edvel, you mentioned about yung Baguio Visita, and then yung mga other, even Cebu even has this parang new platform then for the travelers. It's really good to see that there are a lot of things happening, even if the tourism, even if from the surface you see the tourism is dying, but deep inside you see it's really much alive. Kasi everyone's really, kasi everyone's really parang working towards something. Kumbaga, parang yung hope hindi nawawala. And it's something that drives them to like still work even if the industry is in a very difficult situation.
So ayan so ayan para sa mga nag-aabang sa the tourism and travel industries preparing for you.
Yes.
Okay, so
tama yun,
we have the, diba? So we have this portion. It's like in homage of the Mythbusters na we used to watch. We call it Baet Busters. Came from the start of the season. This is with regards to any fallacies or urban legends that we believe that's within the industry. So si Carlo, meron lang siya ika-clarify sa'yo. Could you care to respond to this? Go, sir.
Yes. Sure. Ito, marami akong kilalang mahilig sa ganito eh. Diba? Yung mga wala naman talagang plano, pero
abangers.
Diba?
12 midnight.
Diba? Diba? Kung ano pinagagagawa dahil sa kakaklik nito, napapasubo eh. Piece to sale. So, is piece to sale really cheap? Or is it really smart to invest on yung piso sale? Dami
Well,
natin kilala dyan.
well, yes. Honestly, yes. Sulit talaga siya. Parang kung bibili ka ng ticket tapos piso lang babayaran mo, yes. Pero of course, when you buy kasi a piso sale, may taxes pa yung nakasama eh.
Yep.
Pero if you think about it, just the fare itself, mura talaga plus the taxes, mura pa rin even if you compare to the other ones. Pero it's only for a select few. It's a common airline practice for when they do promos, they only allocate a few number of seats for these sales, and the rest is yun parang pwedeng normal fares na. It's a really good strategy. It's a really good strategy for airlines to really entice people to book. And yes, on the surface and you can't really say anything about it. It's really cheap. And it's a practice of low cost carriers. It's their parang that's already embedded sa mga nila, sa business models nila. Kaya ayun, it's really to invite more people to travel. It's really to push people to go to their site and try to book kasi yung parang pinaka-goal nito is to, kahit wala kang plan mag-travel, travel ka, bibili ka eh. And then everyone's gonna look at it, parang domino effect, di ba?
Exactly.
Parang, piso sale, lahat titingin, tapos yung iba nakabili ng piso, pero yung iba makakita ng ibang fares na, sige, medyo malapit na rin sa piso. Sige, bilhin ko na rin nga, sale naman eh, di ba? So, yun yung effect nun eh.
Meron minsan ganyan eh. Halimbawa, sabihin ni Edben, Carlo, JL, kami, magbabakasyon kami, punta kami ng ganito, ganyan. Unang sagot kagad ng tao sa'yo, sa piso sale mo ba nakuha yan? Laging ganyan.
Matik yun.
Correct.
Matik yun.
Tapos actually, pwede rin yung like for example, yung grupo kayo, 10 kayo, tapos mga 5 nakabili ng piso sale, kami, pupunta kami, ikaw, sama ka na rin ba? Pero wala ng piso sale nun. Sige na nga. Parang alam mo yung FOMO. Sige, sama na nga ako.
Yeah,
Dayo nyo.
Pero marami rin akong marami rin akong kakilala na mag-boyfriend, mag-girlfriend, pagkabili ng piso sale. Pero
yun.
Yung time na lilipad na, break na sila.
Hindi na sila. Meron
Mag-isa na lang.
May mga ganyan.
Mag-isa na lang pupunta or binibenta na yung ticket. Yeah.
Mag-soul searching daw. Mag-soul searching na lang.
Maghanap ng ibang kasama mag-soul searching.
Yung pinag-uusapan
walang refund yun, no? Walang refund?
Wala. Non-refundable yun.
Pare, yan yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina kung bakit ka hindi babalik sa isang lugar. Either nandun yung ex mo or
pwede.
Doon kayo nag-break o kaya doon kayo nagkakilala. Hindi ka na babalik doon.
May kilala akong may kilala akong ganyan.
May hugot ba?
Sige, so natanong niya yung piso sale as something na can be positive, can be negative, or kung ano man. So may mga tao naman na nag-i-invest kung saan-saan. Meron si Carlo, mahilig sa rubber shoes. Ako din. Si Iman sa iba rin, si Edel sa iba rin. Lahat ng tao marami yung gusto. Yung travel ba, is it a good investment?
Well, yung answer dito is it really depends it really depends on kung ano yung hinahanap mo and if kung makukuha mo yung hinahanap mo when you travel. Like what I shared before, parang if ang purpose ko is to learn or to find peace or to find solitude when you travel, pero pag nag-travel ka hindi mo nakuha yun, then it's not a good investment. Pero honestly, personally, kung ta-travel ka just to take pictures, just to get more likes, or just to be there lang and just for the heck of it, then hindi siya good investment kasi parang parang kulang, parang hindi mo nasulit yung place. Hindi mo nasulit yung lahat ng pwede mo makuha doon dyan sa place na yan. Kaya, ano, for it to be a good investment, when you travel, you have to learn something. You have to learn about the culture. You have to, like, meron ka dapat pa, kumbaga parang mauuwi galing doon sa place na yun. So it really depends on how you perceive yung travel for yourself. Pero yeah, for me personally, ano, it's a good investment if you learn something. If you have something, or if you were able to like generate a connection, or yun, yung mga ganun na bagay. Pero if you arrive there and then pumunta ka sa isang nag-travel ka and then parang ano ba to? Parang wala akong nakuha, parang sayang naman. Parang then it's not. Or if you're just there to get pictures lang, kulang siya, kulang.
Yung tipong bumalik ka, ganun ka pa din. Wala lang.
Oo.
Walang nagbago.
Sabi lang ng travel. Piso sale.
Pero sabi nga ni,
gawa na piso sale.
Maganda yung sinabi na nung ni JL about investment. Kasi, di ba marami tayo nababalitaan ngayon na iba na, siguro sa mga kababata, nauuso yung fly now, pay later.
Yes.
Utang muna.
Marketing yan, marketing. Magaling na marketing.
Diba? Ano ang stand mo dyan sa ganyang practice ng tao, habit ng tao?
Well, advice to the millennials or sa mga ganun, yung pala travel talaga, utang para mag-travel. You really have to spend within your means muna. Parang you have to know your priorities. Kumbaga parang when you travel, it has to have, yun nga, parang dapat may value kang nakukuha. Pero if you travel now, parang mag-uutang ka para mag-travel. That's fine, but you have to make sure na you can pay for it in the future and may makukuha ka. Diba? And yun nga. And depende rin sa purpose ng travel mo. If may gusto kang, if you travel for business, of course, sige, why not? Pero if you travel just for leisure lang, and then wala ka naman pang bayad. Kasi honestly, leisure travel is a more of a privilege, or hindi siya parang 100% na necessity. Kasi there are a lot of priorities din kasi that you have to think about. Like for example, may bills ka, may pero magta-travel ka pero wala ka pang bayad sa bills. Parang it doesn't make sense, di ba? Oo. Pero of course, you have to allot din a certain portion of if you really want to travel, the best way is to really like parang set a specific budget for from your earnings so you can travel. That's the most practical way.
Sabi nga na iba, one time big time, di ba? Ipon, one time big time. Living the life.
One day millionaire.
One day millionaire.
Or pwede kayo maghanap ng mga ng malalaking grupo. Sige, travel tayo tapos hati-hati na lang. May ways naman para paraan.
Yun, Jopet. So, yung actually, since usapang Bite Buster, so may kasi parang nadidikit palagi. Since actually kayo na pag-usapan natin about the travel as an investment, travel as leisure. Pero totoo ba yung mahal palagi ang mag-travel? Totoo ba yun? Kasi ako, based on my experience, I mean, syempre ako, may family na may anak, ganyan, syempre marami tayong gastusin. So, pero ako, I'm not saying that it's not worth it, but mahal mahal talaga mag-travel. Na mahal talaga. Pero talaga bang mahal? I mean, baka may mga ways or tips ka siguro pwede ma-share para mapapamura yung travel. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yes, I would say mahal ang travel kasi yun nga you have like exactly what you shared. May mga priorities ka, may family ka. So, if you're going to spend on traveling, mahal talaga. And para makatipid, of course, number one dyan is you really have to really plan ahead. Really plan ahead. Kasi ganito, parang based doon sa uh, travel survey na kinonduct namin last May together with DOT and AIM. Yun nga, parang we try to get yung behavior ng mga nagbo-book. So for the airlines, most of the people book way ahead, especially for the domestic market, kasi yun yung cheapest na yun yung cheapest na way para makukuha ng mga murang ticket. Oo. Plus, of course, yeah, you really have to take time to research and know when is the best time to purchase yung mga package or yung mga hotels. There's always a sale naman eh. There's always a good deal somewhere there. Pero you really have to plan ahead kasi kung biglaan ka mag-travel, parang travel tayo next week, mahal talaga. Sobrang mahal talaga. And then, another thing is, yun, one way to really save din pag travel is, yun, kung may mga big, or kung pwede kayo buo ka ng grupo na kayo-kayo lang, para at least mas malaki yung nakaspread yung cost, mag-share na lang kayo. So, yun, that's another way to save din, or to like to save on costs. Malaking bagay din yung ganun. Pero yeah, I think it's really, the best way to save is to really plan ahead.
Plan ahead.
Oh, in that way, you can save, mas alam mo pa yung gagawin mo, mas may time ka maka-research, alam mo yung gagawin mo, may clear ka na game plan when you get there and how to purchase or how to buy those yung mga activities and yung mga tickets mo. Diba? It's never biglaan. Yeah. Parang parang investment din. Paplanuhin mo rin kung paano ka bibili. 'Di ba? Pag mag-invest ka naman, basta mag-invest kung saan-saan lang eh. Isipin mo muna kung saan ka bibili, paano mo siya makukuha, paano ka maguhulog.
Tama. To maximize yung experience, no? Kasi based from my experience, tama ka kasi biglaan yung mga travel ko na sinasabi ko na mahal. So ngayon, nung nag-travel ako, syempre, kasi overseas yun. Pagpunta ko sa lugar, syempre, di ako nag-research kung saan ako bibili ng mga bagay-bagay. So I end up buying dun sa mga, kasi alam naman syempre, isa yun. Saka alam mo naman, Jopet, diba, na ang strategically, yung mga businesses dun sa mga tourist spot, mas mahal, diba? So, true. So, yung mga easy access, doon ako bili ng bili. Tapos sabi ko, pamahal talaga ako. Pero nung after that, yung next time ako pumunta sa lugar na yun, medyo nag-research ako. Mas ang laki nung natipid ko. Hindi lang sa ticket, hindi lang just for the piso sale or yung budget ticket na yun, but also dun sa itinerary ko. So tama, I agree with with what you said.
Well, another thing is of course, meron din yung mga kung maghahanap ka talaga ng mura sa mura, marami kang makikita, especially doon sa mga let's say, kung parang colorum. Yung marami mga fly-by-night, diba? Na mga ganun. Yun, mura talaga. Pero kasi, come to think of it, parang target nila is volume, pabilisan. They're not really parang regulated. Parang hindi rin properly vetted yung service. Tapos hindi mo alam kung ito talaga yung parang core or main business niya. So parang in the end, parang medyo may some sort of compromise din siya eh. Like pwedeng compromise sa safety or compromise sa experience. Correct. So there's may ganun talaga. Pero parang it's also part of parang pwede rin nga natin siya i-link sa sustainability eh. Kasi kung marami mga ganun na colorum tapos hindi maayos yung experience, then what kind of image are we sending sa mga travelers natin? 'Di ba? Parang ang makukwento na hindi okay yung experience ko. 'Di ba? Pumunta ako dito, parang okay lang. Pero if you dig deeper into it, kasi parang hindi maayos yung trato sa kanya or hindi maayos yung nagawa sa kanya, parang ganoon, or parang hindi at par yung service, ganoon. Pero of course, meron din naman yung mga truly passionate na na on the side na yun yung ginagawa nila. Pero it's a really good way to really professionalize, tulungan yung mga ganun to professionalize yung business nila. And that's part of sustainability kasi it doesn't always have to be cheap, but it always has to be parang value for money. Kumbaga, parang pag value for money, elevated yung experience, maayos yung hindi parang basta-basta lang, and diba? Ayun.
It's truly an experience business na. Tourism.
Oo.
It's all about lalo na ngayon sa social media. One bad review, one bad experience, patay.
Oo. Review importante talaga. Yun yung magbubuhay din sa'yo. Kasi may ibang mga markets na like let's say, ano ba yung nakita ko? I'm not sure kung UK ba yun or Australian market. Tumitingin sila sa reviews rather than sa price or sa ease of booking. Parang may mga ganun Parang yung may ibang mga markets na word of mouth or reviews yung tinitingnan nila for them to come up with a decision to travel.
Yeah. Or put their business in. Parang ganon.
Yes.
Parang hotel din siguro, no? Hotel, saan ako pupuntang hotel or
anything.
Laki nga ngayon yung mga yan, laki impact. Influence talaga ng mga reviews. Laki.
Ilang sa lahat na lang ng bagay, puro review.
Lahat may review.
Shopee,
ako minsan.
Lazada.
Lazada.
Shoutout na.
Tapos, Shopee naman, puro Lazada, Shopee.
Di ba ngayon parang ang bilis na lang mag-review para sa social media, sa Facebook. Ang bilis mag-comment. Yung iba basta may masabi lang.
May masabi lang pero mataas yung rating.
Pero diba merong mga ganyan na ang ginagawa na sa mga reviews, especially sa ganyan, mga travel, mga destinations, yung mga hotels, restaurants, minsan sila lang nag-comment. Puro positive ilalagay, di ba? Nangyayari ba talaga yun?
Yung ganyan, hindi ko sure. Pero it's a possibility. I mean, there's a lot of ways. Maraming paraan talaga And of course, we're the social media capital of the Philippines, of the world. So, yeah. And mga Pinoy super ingenious lang yan pagdating sa ganyan na bagay.
Sabi mo nga, paramihan ng like Sa daki ng pamilya mo, 100 likes ka ganyan.
And of course, there's yung mga nandiyan yung mga influencers, mga super, especially for dito sa Philippines, sobrang lakas ng ng hatak ng mga influencers. Kuha ka lang ng ganun, pwede ka na mag-viral or pwede ka na makakuha ng traffic sa kanila.
Yan lang ni Piolo o kaya mag-picture lang si Piolo, lahat na tayo pupunta dun.
Pictures sa labas, hindi kumain yun, nasa labas lang.
Kahit shout out lang pwede na. Tapos nakatag ka pa. Uy, ano kaya to?
Well, grabe yung mga nabas natin na myths. Thank you dun, sir. So now let's move on to some challenges ngayon with regards to the industry that you're working on, diba? We pointed out na it's really difficult nowadays. And what are the adjustments? Bukod dun sa mga strategies na ginagawa niyo, you're cleaning house and you're preparing, ano pang other adjustments to push for it? Kasi parang for siguro the immaturity, so to speak, ng current market natin dito sa Philippines.
Yeah.
It's really gonna be difficult to push. Walang maniniwala sa'yo na may sale, pwede ka nang mag-travel, etc. What are the adjustments that you did for this?
Okay. So, it's good that you mentioned about maturity. Kasi, parang before kasi, that's why, kumbaga, now is a really good time for the travel industry to restart and reset. Kasi yung pinaka main challenge talaga is yung sustainability, yung sustainable practices. Kasi before, parang wala tayong pakialam sa volume eh. Parang, sige, basta padamihan lang, overcapacity. Look what happened to, like, let's say, Boracay. Uh, nag-close down sila kasi sa sobrang capacity, sa sewage and everything. So, yun yung mga things that weren't in place before. So, ang challenge sa atin now is how do we move forward and how do we make things more sustainable in the future? 'Di ba? So doon papasok is ano eh, parang kumbaga when you talk about sustainability, it's the triple bottom line eh. It's people, planet, and profit. So people, these are the people, yung communities that you help. Planet is the environment, and yung profit, of course, it's a business. So you need to earn. So how do you like reach that point? How do you get the triple bottom line? So yun nga, yung the challenge is to really like how do you reach that, and ano yung mga kailangan mong gawin. So okay nga kasi parang nag-reset tayo, now is a good time to really uh, try to like recalibrate, re-engineer or maybe even innovate on how you are going to reach that triple bottom line. How are you going to be sustainable in the future? Like for example, ngayon kasi parang because of social distancing, now you can parang practice capacity management sa mga attractions, sa mga destinations. Then you work your products around that concept. And then, ngayon nga eh, parang, of course, may mga magbabago yung mga price, magbabago yung mga ano, kasi parang limited na yung ano, yung capacity. So, ayun, parang it's a matter of paano ka ba mag-ano, paano mo ba i-change yung mga products mo? Paano mo ba babaguhin siya for you to be able to come up with something that's sustainable. Tapos aside doon, aside sa mga na-mention ko kanina, medical, medical and safety protocols, yun din yung mga adjustments na kailangan gawin, of course, definitely. And ayun, how else are you going to improve your yung experience given na may mga naka-embed na rin ng mga safety and medical protocols. Kasi 'di ba parang how we're thinking nga, how we're reimagining yung mga experiences is palagi nang meron magte-take ng temperature mo, yung mga
masakit na
contact
yung noo ko
tracing kukuha ka, 'di ba? Kukuha ka ng i-record mo yung information mo. And then, paano mo i-manage yung oras, paano mo ba i-manage yung like may grupo dito, paano mo ipapractice yung social distancing doon. Ayun, maraming ano. Tapos paano yung mga emergency, mga contingencies na kailangan mong gawin just in case meron something like one of your guests or one of your clients doesn't feel well, paano mo siya ititreat. So you have to plan for contingencies din. So that's another challenge. And of course, another challenge din is of course, yung parang infrastructure din sa destination. Like for example, destination mo is kulang ng medical facilities, kulang ng So how are you going to ensure na yung mo is safe and yung how are you going to ensure na yung guests mo are safe or less yung risk nila for of getting infected. So, tapos ayun. Pero so those are the things na mga kailangan gawin. Challenging siya kasi it's something that wala pang expert sa ganyan na ganyan na mga processes and fields eh. But the good thing is yun nga eh, we have a lot of resources around yun, parang everyone's helping each other to motion. Oo. And then ayun. Ano, and tapos yung sa ano pa nga parang kung iisipin niya, totally magbabago talaga yung tourism in what you call the new normal. Kasi nga, siya ibang-iba na siya hindi mo na makikita yung kung paano yung experiences before, hindi na siya kagaya sa future.
So, Jopet, sumakit ka doon? Sumakit ulo ko sa sinabi mo.
Parang 80% is safety.
Parang sinasabi
variables.
Parang kinakausap ako ng sarili ko. Sinasabi, wag ka na muna kasi magbalak. Manahimik ka na lang muna dyan sa bahay niyo.
pero it's good. It's good that.
Would you recommend international or domestic travel muna? Kasi syempre may mga tao talaga mahilig lumabas ng country. Pumunta ng US, pumunta ng Japan, Korea ngayon, mga Taiwan, di ba? Do you recommend na if ever na new normal na nga, mag-travel abroad or dito muna sa atin?
Of course, super biased ako dyan. Of course, I would really push people to travel domestic. Kasi yun nga parang imagine 12% ng GDP comes from tourism and it's a growing from the past years. Growing talaga yung GDP from tourism, yung contribution ng tourism to the GDP. So imagine ang dami naghihirap ngayon kasi down yung tourism. If you think about it, it's not only the it's not only the hotels, the tour guides, it's not only the boatmen or the restaurants, yung mga people na nakakasalamuhan ng mga travelers, like for example yung nagtitinda ng puto, yung nagtitinda ng sampagita, yung mga binibilhan mo ng souvenirs, and even yung gumagawa ng mga souvenirs, 'di ba? Kung walang bumibili sa kanila, walang ganun, kung hindi sila sinusuportahan, it's a really parang maraming nakakonect sa tourism. Sobrang dami. And if you don't really help yung local, maraming hindi makakaahon, especially during this very difficult time. And of course, it's really valid to say na maganda talaga sa ibang bansa. But then, come to think of it, ang daming pwedeng mapuntahan sa Philippines. Like for example, itong background ko, di ba?
Anong pangalan sana nang?
Saan ba to?
Bicol.
Oo.
Mukhang Chocolate Hills.
Unang Mombol, no?
Unang tingin Chocolate Hills, pero hindi mo alam sa Bicol pala to. So, ang dami pang pwedeng na-explore, ang dami pwedeng matutunan. And yun ang daming experiences na magaganda. Like for example, may napunta na ako sa Zamboanga. Meron doon Pink Beach. Pero sa likod nun, meron community na nag-o-offer ng vinta na experience. Magsasakay ka ng vinta, ikaw yung mag-row, iikot kayo sa mangroves. Tapos i-explain sa'yo na ito yung purpose ng mangrove, ito yung purpose ng ng mga jellyfish dito. Kumbaga yung buong ecosystem may matututunan ka, yung buong purpose nun. Tapos how it helps the city of Zamboanga from sa mga storm surge, mga ganun. So you get to learn something. And then at the same time, yung binilhan mo ng tour na yon, part of it parang provides livelihood to the local community in that island. So, di ba, parang ang saya na nag-travel ka na dito sa Philippines, may natulungan ka pa. So, I would really, really, really recommend na travel the Philippines. There's really so many things that you can see. There's so many places to discover. And there's a lot of things to yun nga, parang to learn, especially sa culture. Ang sarap mag-reconnect. Parang ang daming mga aha moments when you travel to the Philippines. And of course, yung parang yung mga personal connection na when you travel, parang ganito din sa amin, nakaka-relate ka. Ang saya ng feeling ng ganun, di ba? Yeah, tourism in general.
Which is very,
Ang laki
very
pala
good.
ng role ang laki pala ng role ng tourism sa nation building, no? If you're going to realize, 'di ba? Parang ang laki ng ang laki. So hindi lang siya basta-basta yung airline, yung ticket, ang laki pati doon sa mga communities, no? So yung magtataho sa bahay, yung gumagawa ng
even yung
gumagawa
fisherman.
Oo.
Even yung yung restaurant na kinakainan mo ng orderan mo ng seafood. Syempre kung walang turista, walang order sa restaurant na yun, walang bibili nung mga isda na kinuha nung mangingisda. So, talaga siya, parang everything is interconnected.
Yeah.
So
given all of those, ang ganda nun actually. Very, very factual and we learned a lot from it. Talagang parang na-excite tuloy kami. Tira mo si Carlo yan, na-excite yung niyan. Mahilig mag-travel din yan.
Gusto ko nang lumabas. Hirap na ako.
So let's go to the future state of travel and leisure sa Philippines, So Pinas first tayo dito. So how are we going to survive this, and are there new plans and protocols in place or will be in place or are being planned? Or pwede pa kami makakuha ng sneak peek on what are we going to do if ever once go na? Paano ba?
Okay, so yung future is currently ito yung ginagawa ng industry. And I'm not sure if you've heard about it sa news. Yeah, parang may mga nilalabas ng mga safety and health protocols sa for hotels, for ground transportation, eventually for diving, eventually for different types of activities. Yun, may mga lumalabas na. Everyone's like following those protocols. And then at the same time, yun nga, parang may mga ginagawang what you call travel corridors, travel bubbles. Ito yung mga places wherein there are low cases of virus transmission or low cases of COVID-19 infections going to another place na may low cases din. So yun yung parang low-hanging fruit that the tourism industry is doing. Try to open slowly, gradually, and cautiously to help grow yung tourism. And then, so safety protocols, travel corridors, and of course, yun, shifting to online. So, magbabago talaga totally yung customer experience. Doon papasok yung online booking, online research, wala nang masyadong walk-ins, cashless payments, and when you get there, parang wala ka na dapat isipin. It should, kasi as much as possible ngayon, parang ayaw mo na humawak ng kahit kahit cash, parang ayaw mo magbigay, ayaw mo kunin yung sukli. Kunin yung sukli, si sprayer mo.
So, sa wallet.
Better na cashless ka na lang.
Yung minsan parang na-offend na yung kahera or yung cashier, di ba? Yung pagkabigay sa'yo ng sukli, sprayhan mo ng alcohol
Oo, yung ganito, yung ganito.
Oo. Kahit yung, lalo sa parking, di ba? Ano yun, binababad ko sa alcohol yun.
Oo.
Tapos kahit bago mo ibigay, kahit na-spray mo na kanina, pag bago mo hawakan, spray mo ulit sa kabibigay.
Oo nga
Ayun. So, iba na yung experience. Pero, yun nga, parang what's really positive about these things is yun nga parang mas mas matured yung unang market na magta-travel. Kasi yun nga, with all these safety protocols, with all these investments na ano na that the 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 tourism establishment stakeholders are spending on, obviously, definitely, yung travel medyo mas mahal konti. There's always an added cost sa mga additional things na kailangan i-embed sa experience. So, uh, yun yung unang mata-target mo, yung mga people na may pangbayad talaga sa travel. And it's good in such a way na parang slow restart siya ng company, but it's moving towards a better and more sustainable practice ng tourism. Kasi yun nga parang everything is well taken care of, and lahat parang bawat step of the customer experience is tinututukan kasi because of this pandemic.
Yeah.
So yun yung positive thing that we can get from it, na iba na, it's a lot safer, it's a lot it's a lot different, and it's parang kumbaga it's more well thought of yung mga magiging experience mo in the future.
Excited tayo dyan.
Mananaginip tuloy ako nito.
Siguro.
Di ba?
Ano na?
Ang sarap pumunta sa beach, ang sarap magbumiyahe.
Actually, isa
Sinabi
yung
mo
mga unang namin pupuntahan siguro, beach.
Beach talaga, automatic. Oo.
Yung mga nag-open up na ba? Ano ba?
May nakikita ako. Like for example, Region 1. Region 1, La Union is open ata alam ko. Oo.
La Union, wow.
Region 1 is open to inter-regional travel. Yun nga yung parang yung mga people from Baguio pwede pumuntang La Union, or yung mga galing La Union pwede pumuntang Ilocos or Baguio.
Because less.
Oo. Yung pwede. Pero yung para sa mga taga Manila, coming from Manila, hindi ko alam kung pwede na. Batangas is open na rin ata.
Parang hanggang Tagaytay lang yata tayo. Batangas.
Pero nilimit na rin nata nila.
Talaga?
As far as I know. Parang last week, yes. Pero this week, no. Yeah.
Tsaka tama yung sinabi ni Jopet. Kahit sabihin mong pwede, it's not the same. Kasi ang daming mong seremonyas Diba? Dati, bangga-bangga, kamay-kamay ka sa mga tao, okay lang. Ngayon, konting tabig, alcohol. Konting tabig, hugas kamay.
Paano kung wala silang cashless transaction? Di ba kasi? Di ba? Gusto mo ng buko pie, pero walang cashless transaction? Wag na muna, di ba?
Kasi iaabot sa yung ganyan, iinom ka ng mga buko juice, di ba? Bibili ka lang talaga sa...
yung mga ganong bagay ba?
Pero kung isipin nyo, baka yung mga nagtitinda ng buko o Gcash na lang.
Yun nga. Kung ganun, okay yun.
Or Paymaya. Or Paymaya para...
QR code na lang, di ba?
Oo,
or Paymaya.
So medyo mapapast track yung future.
Lalabas na ka ng terminal nun, sir, pakiswipe na lang dito, cashless tayo.
Sana ganun.
Sa China, di ba? Sa China, ganun lahat. Lahat QR code payments.
Gamit nila WeChat ata Or
WeChat,
Alipay.
WeChat.
WeChat.
Alipay.
Grabe, no?
Siguro, ganun yung future, di ba? Baka ganun yung future sa Philippines. Ganun na lahat.
Sana. Well, what a session na we had today. Ang dami ko natutunan, tsaka na-excite kami. Kayo ba, boys? Di ba?
Yes.
Sir, Jopet, anything you want to plug or promote or say to the people or to the listeners that's going to be tuned in for this podcast with regards to travel and leisure? You may have the floor to speak.
Sige. Okay, sige. Thanks for this opportunity, and I really thank you for this wonderful session. Very masaya. Natuwa rin ako. And I really want to really push for this. I encourage you, each and every one of you, whoever is watching this, to really travel the Philippines and support local. And of course, you're always free to visit guidetothephilippines.ph. Please visit our site. It's a good site where you can research for anything about the Philippines. You'll see ultimate guide to Batanes, ultimate guide to Zamboanga, ultimate guide to Cebu, or whatever destination is there. Ultimate guide to Siargao, and even top things to do. You can search there, and of course, you can already see available products there, wherein you can book and buy instantly. So it's easy and convenient. And yeah, and for the tourism industry, for the tourism uh, for all the tourism stakeholders, and actually for everyone, I really wanted to share this. It's a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He's a poet and also a philosopher din. And ito, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. So parang kumbaga, this pandemic is yes, it is a challenge. It is uh it's it brought us a lot of difficulties currently, but then we are more than this. And yes, the Filipinos are known to be resilient. We are very resilient, but more than that, parang we have a lot of strengths, and uh, we can always rely on our strengths to overcome these challenges. Like in the case of tourism, ang ganda ng Philippines, ang ganda ng mga destinations natin dito, ang ganda ng culture, ang sarap ng food. That in itself is a strength, and that in itself is something that will always yun, keep the industry alive. And this is a pandemic, and the Philippines is bigger than that. And let's support each other. And uh, yun, ayun.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So don't forget to check out guidetothephilippines.ph. Ayan, everything is there. So with that, another episode is on the books. Thank you, boys. Thank you, Sir Jopet. Don't forget to
Thank
like
you.
and subscribe the Baet Boys FB page and YouTube channel. Bye. Peace.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.